Potter.
Yeah.
Potter.
The P man.
Yeah.
Big P.
Good
Big
old,
Graham.
good old Big G, you know.
Yeah.
Thoughts? What are we doing with him?
Well, so yeah, obviously after the game, obviously we're all feeling a bit riled up, a bit angry. All for every report I've seen, or most reports I've seen, saying that he's safe, nothing's going to happen to him, and I get that, and I actually do agree with that. I think as Premier League fans and as Chelsea fans, we're very used to quick turnover of players and managers, and it has been something we've been asking for years. Let's have let's actually put some time and commit to someone and let them figure it out, and that can that might happen. A lot of people are saying he might be like Arteta, he might take us to the top again. One thing I would say, I saw a really good analysis on Reddit that showed that Arteta increased Arsenal's points per game dramatically when he joined, by about 0.2%.
Right.
When he joined, and that was straight away. Even during those kind of rough seasons where they finished 8th under him and 5th. But he has increased slowly their points per game. Whereas when Potter's come in, our points per game has plummeted, basically, by 0.3%. So it's actually not the same as Arteta, because Arteta came in and instantly improved Arsenal in terms of the amount of points they were getting. Potter has taken us down and down. It feels like down quite a lot.
The thing is, you say that, but where was Arsenal to be improved? And
that's true.
Whereas Chelsea was on top of a mountain, and he's now brought us down into the slums. So it's one of those.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget how bad we were playing under Tuchel as well. We did lose to Southampton and Leeds. So and I don't think we actually played a good game of football for about a year under Tuchel, and I mean that. But as he said in the summer when we got trounced by Arsenal in that pre-season, it was 4-0.
Yeah.
He said, we have the same players, so why is there going to be any difference?
No, exactly.
And at that time, the midfield hadn't been refreshed. We didn't have the kind of, obviously we'd had signings of Koulibaly and Sterling, but they were like for replacements for players that had left. Yeah, because of poor squad planning from the previous regime. So, Potter's all right. Obviously, we're all annoyed that he doesn't get angry. People seem to be annoyed he doesn't get angry enough. Are you bothered about that?
I think after that VAR thing, I think I really looked at it and I was like, you know what? Why hasn't he got that passion? Why hasn't he got that burning desire to be like, this is an outrage? Pep, Klopp, Mourinho would have been off the chain. But you know what? It's quite refreshing not to see that. At the same time, I did have to take a couple days to actually put that in my mind and think about it. And in the latest press conference for Borussia Dortmund, Potter was questioned about it, and they said, why are you always calm? Why didn't you have that, the big uproar about the VAR decision? And he said, well, I've always been calm throughout my whole career, and if you think I've gone from, bloody League 10 or whatever the bloody thing was.
The ninth tier of English
football.
Exactly,
ninth tier of English football, and I've been calm all this way, and now I'm managing Chelsea. You don't know anything about anything. And I think that quote is quite bad, but I think he gets across the point of you don't have to let your emotions be on your sleeve. He said he was angry. He said he was upset with the decision. He just didn't take it out on the media or on VAR or anyone. He said if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have internal discussions with the people themselves instead of just splashing out on media. And I think what, it's quite refreshing to see. And I think Todd Boehly's going to stick with him because he's a safe bet. Because if you go with Pep, Klopp, or whoever, I think they're loud. They're very loud,
and they make headlines, don't they? And
exactly.
Maybe it's not
and
the attention.
Sometimes you don't want the attention. How long did we see Arsenal without attention with Arteta? You didn't really hear about anything going on. I mean, this season already, you got Pep and Klopp bloody shouting their heads off.
I know,
and people say any publicity is good publicity, but it's really not, because it's really bad look on your team. And if your manager can't keep it together, then your team certainly can't.
I mean, look at Nathan Jones, who just literally got sacked by Southampton the other day.
Yeah,
the guy was putting out the weirdest press conferences. Just not very professional and calm and chill. And that was so embarrassing for the club that they were like, look, we just signed this guy as the manager 3 months ago.
Yeah.
But it's actually more embarrassing for us to keep him on and have him keep doing these press conferences than us to get rid of him.
Yeah.
So there's definitely something, and I'm the same way. after the game, I thought he was too calm, but after a couple of days to think about it, I realized, well, actually, when you think about it, true strength is being able to stay calm in moments of adversity, right? So if anything, it shows that he's not like a crybaby like Klopp can be, or like, managers we've had in the past. And yeah, it's fun to get angry with them.
Yeah.
And in a way, it's like we get to feel our frustration through our manager, and sometimes that can be nice and can feel good. But you are right. If he's nuts and keeps losing control, that kind of thing kind of like graduates down to the team.
Exactly.
And maybe it's actually a good lesson of like, you need to have a cool head because you make better decisions when you're not, frustrated. And
I think as much as we want to get rid of Potter right now, I think obviously we're going to be.
I want to say now, I want to put down and say I don't actually want to get rid of it.
I'm a bit in between. I'm not going to lie.
I am closer to wanting it than I was a few weeks ago, but I'm still like, no, I want to be mature. I want to be an adult. I don't just want to get rid of the toy because I'm bored of it.
No, exactly.
I want to try and stick it through.
Nurture it, and see what happens because we're in this transition phase now. A lot of basically everything in Chelsea has changed except for the bloody name.
Everything, yeah.
So
everything,
I think getting rid of this old stigma of managers last about 2 months,
hire and fire,
and that's
hire
it,
and fire.
So I think it's a good thing to have sort of a longevity plan in place, and I think Potter maybe is the right guy for it, but. Just look at the subs you're doing, bro. Like,
come on.
Sort
the subs out,
come on.
Man.
We know Ziyech is good. Ship him off to France. Don't worry about him.
Move him on.